What did you think about Undead Unluck?
Oh, it's okay. It seems pretty cool. I mean, after the first episode, I wish we would have talked about the first episode because I predicted some stuff and it actually happened. I mean, I guess it wasn't like crazy predictions, but I was like, after the first episode, I was like, she'll probably end up falling in love with this dude, and they'll probably end up actually doing it so he could die. Um, and it looks like that's what's gonna end up happening. Like he's actually gonna win her over because she already likes him a lot after like knowing him for literally a day. Um, but I guess he did save her life, and like he was the only person that could cut her hair. I don't know, but there's that. It's pretty good. I think the animation and art style is cool. There definitely is
It's
a lot of fan service. It's like subtle and
yeah,
not subtle at the same time.
it's by the same studio that does JoJo and Fire Force.
So yeah, so like it's okay. I like the overall show and like what it is. I don't really like enjoy the fan service like parts of it. But aside from that, it's pretty cool. Um, and then this is different because she stabbed him in the chest, not the stomach. And there was people around. It wasn't anybody around in the anime.
Yeah, wasn't it vacant before?
Yeah, she was just by herself. She finished reading her manga. Um, and she was like, I finally finished reading my favorite manga and got it to the end, so now I can kill myself. And she was about to jump off and get hit by a train. And then he showed up. He was like, suicide is so lame these days. Like, nobody's creative. And she was like, what are you doing here? You creepy man, get away from me. And then she pulled out a knife and was like, don't get any closer. And then he just walked into it. And she was like, oh, did I do that? And he was like, whatever, basically. And she was like, don't touch me because if you touch me, you'll get like this disease and you'll die. And he was like, oh, really? And then he like started choking her. And then he was like, all right, well, I'm choking you. And so how long does it take before like what is it gonna feel like? Is it gonna feel like tingly or what? Like what's gonna happen? I'm waiting. And then the freaking cement just broke, and then he fell and got hit by a train. And he was like, "Ah, I see. Your disease thing is like a front. You actually cause people to die or something like that. Like whenever they touch you." And then she was like, "No, that's not true." Blah blah blah, trying to hide. And he was like, "I kind of already figured it out, so you might as well just tell me." And then he was like, "Well, if you aren't going to tell me, then I'll just start like experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't work." And then he just started groping her, and I'm like, "All right, like what is going on? Like what is happening?" And then that happened, and then I'm like, that's where I'm like kind of like turned off. It's like what I'm saying, like what the heck, bro? Like what is this? But then what they do like a flashback, right,
Her
of
family at
her
the
and her
airport.
family because
It's
yeah
just the airplane
they were going
blows
away on
up.
the yeah they were going away on a business trip and they're going to be gone for a while, so they gave her like a hug and they kissed her and stuff. And then she was like, that's when I realized, or she didn't realize in this moment that she caused it, but in the last she figured out like her thing was unluck. She realized that she caused her parents to die. And then ever since then she was like, I never get close to anybody, and I always like stay away, stay distant because I don't want to hurt anybody with my unluck. um
That's one of my worst fears. Like something happens in my plane.
Yeah, and then when they showed this flashback, I was like, oh, it's intimate touch that causes like there has to be a strong feeling or connection between the two people that increases the unluck. Um, that's what I like predicted, and they kind of talked about it.
Yeah,
And then he just gropes her for like X amount of time, and then she's like, ah, what are you doing? And then a
banana
banana
box.
box
bursts on
just
the-
slams on him, and then he regenerates again. And then I was talking to Joel about this. He was like wondering, do you think her unluck doesn't affect her? And I was like, I don't think it does, low key, because whenever she touches anybody and something bad happens, she always ends up safe. But then I remembered this part because she did slip on the banana peel and she almost killed herself like for real. So I was like, maybe it does affect her, but not like crazily, because then later on she like causes a meteor to freaking drop from the sky, and somehow she's able to evacuate the building and get out
Yeah,
of the
she
blast
always
radius.
kind of gets away in a way.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But this dude's cool, Andy or Undead. Like I like his power. The way he utilizes it is very creative. Like he's able to force himself to fly by using like projectile motion and like regenerating his body to create force to like fly and stuff. Like that's pretty awesome. um, I like how like they're creative with like because usually someone who can just regenerate they wouldn't use their powers in these ways, but he's able to use
Yeah.
his blood from the force from him regenerating allows him to like move his body and stuff like that. Even though that would be in order for that to work physically, like that would take an extreme amount of force and it probably hurts like hell. But they already said he feels pain, but he doesn't really care. I mean, I think he just likes pain. I don't even know if he wants to die to say so. I don't know if he like I'm kind of confused if his goal is to die or if he just wants to feel the best death possible.
I think his goal is to die because he says like he's been alive for like a lot of years and like
Yeah,
he's tired
100
of
plus.
living. Like he wants to
Yeah.
die.
So, and then we find out her hair is super long because nobody can cut it because if they do, she'll die or they'll die. And he's like, oh,
And then it
well, all
turns
right,
out
I'll
that
cut your hair.
he's a
He used to be
hairstylist.
yeah, in his past life, he used to be a hairstylist. And then she's like, thank you for cutting my hair. And then she's like, you're actually pretty cool, like, da da da. And then he's like, the people that were chasing them showed up. So like the overall like world is pretty cool. I like how there's people that have powers, and they aren't the only two that have powers. There's other people like this, and then you have a group of people who take out the people with powers who they feel will like negatively affect society, or they feel like
Yeah.
they're not fit to be alive. So that's pretty cool. Um, the only thing I don't like is all the fan service and how like creepy and pervy like some situations are. But aside from that, the show's pretty
I feel
good.
like that was mostly in the first episode.
Yeah,
I don't
we'll
remember
see if it
much in the
sticks.
second.
I mean, she was about to strip completely naked and have sex with
That's
him in the
true.
middle of daylight.
That's
So
true.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
But
I
that
don't
was
know.
consensual, at least.
It was consensual. It was consensual. It's still like, all right, are we really about to like what?
I
What are
mean,
we doing?
well, you gotta think about it. This entire story is set to be about him getting her to truly fall in love with
To
him so
truly
he
fall
can
in love
have
with him,
sex with
yeah,
her so
yeah,
that
yeah,
he can
yeah.
die.
Basically, yeah.
That's like the main point of the story.
Which is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But it's
I don't
it's
know.
like it's like she already is ready to go. She's already going, bro. She's already going. She was like, we can do it right now. Like, yeah. And he was like, I'm not that low. Like, you're just desperate. I'm not gonna, you know, do that to a girl that's like, desperate or whatever.
And then,
And then
yeah, we had these guys who would say
show up, try to get
any
Andy. They cut his
unselected
head off.
negators,
Yeah,
and they
they cut his head
explain
off.
in the second episode what negators are.
Yeah, but they cut his head off, put it in a little box. And they're like, all right, well, we got him. Now we're gonna basically kill you because you're too much of a risk. Like your power's not even. He basically said like your power's not even a power. It's just a fucking like
Nuke.
it's just it's not like you can't really even use this. Like this is like your power is just worthless. Like you're more of a liability than anything. Like we could try to figure out ways to utilize you, but it's just like
Not worth it.
it's too many unknown variables. Like like it's so much stuff you can't account for because you don't know like what the unluck is gonna be. You can like you can kind of discern based on like the affection level she has for someone, how big it'll be, but you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
just know something unlucky is going to happen. And it could be like you slip and like you trip over your shoestring, or you like get your head taken. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so extreme. There's no, you know. So then Andy pops back up because lightning strikes. Because the unluck wasn't him getting his head chopped off. The unluck was him getting struck by lightning. And they're like, okay, so there's like some lag in between it too. It's not like instant. There can be, a certain amount of time, and they don't know how much time it is. So they're gonna try to like obviously they're gonna figure out her power like down to the T. I feel like probably within like the next 4 or 5 episodes, they'll probably know exactly how it works. Especially if they get on this team that they're trying to get onto. But that happens. And then the dude basically he kills all his men because he takes out the little thing he has inside his brain, and he's like, because they were like, this dude, hey, you guys can fight him, just use your swords. He sucks at at combat, and he was like, well, maybe now I do, but in the past, I was like crazy. And then he
I
took
thought
his
that
thing
was
out. He's like, this,
interesting too.
yeah, he was like, this unlocks what 100 years of memory or something like that, or it blocks, yeah, 100 years worth of memory is kept when I take this out. So he took it out, and then it regenerates a part of his brain that allows him to remember certain parts of his life, and then he's like crazy strong, and he's like, if I do this for too long, then I just go off the rails. I'm gonna kill everybody, so I can't be in this state for that long. So then after he like finished them, he put it back in, and then the dude was holding the girl, and he was like, all right, well, if you don't hand your head over safely, I'm just gonna kill her, and then you won't be able to get what you want, and yeah, it'll be the end of that. And then he was like, all right, well, that's cool. And then she was like, why are you doing this? Like, oh, they're gonna torture you, blah blah blah. And he's like, dude, I can't die. Like, they already tortured me once. Like, it won't be that bad. Do you want to live or not? And then she was like, all right. And then he let her go. And then he cut his head off and then threw it. And then he kind of lied. He wasn't really gonna let her go anyway. But then she like broke loose. And then when his head was flying over, she kissed him on the cheek. And then he was like, what was that? Like, what was that just now? And then she didn't say anything. And then he was like, all right, anyway. And then he was like walking away, and then a fucking meteor just comes down and destroys the whole building, and then she's able to get away. And then Andy gets out of the rubble, and he goes finds her, and then she's like, all right, like, thanks. You're actually pretty cool. I should name you. I'm gonna name you Andy. And he was like, all right, that's fine. She was trying to get his real name, and he was like, I don't know. I guess he doesn't want to tell her his real name. And then
He looks so funny.
and then basically they're just cool, they're chilling, and then he's like, all right, well, now that we've done that, since it's based on like affection or the extreme, like how intimate the touch is, we should just have sex now. And then she starts running away, and then he's chasing her. And I'm like,
right before he said that, I was thinking the same exact thing.
yeah, I was like,
and I
that's
was
the
like,
only
is
way.
it
That
gonna
has to be
go
the only
there?
way. It's gonna have to be, yeah, it's gonna have to be that. That's as intimate as you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the so it's like it's cool, Would I watch it if we weren't watching it for like the podcast? Probably not. Um, but it's straight though. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's okay.
I think it was funny.
Would I suggest this to somebody? No, I wouldn't. This is not an anime I would suggest. Only because of the like the trope, like the creepy pervy, like
Yeah,
pervy sage aspects of it. I wouldn't. Like
I
when people
f-
think of anime as weird, these are this is what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
that's fair. I feel like it's gonna get less and less weird as it gets more serious, though.
You think so? I don't think
I
so.
think so.
You know why? Because Fire Force was the same way. Like they have the girl that's literally fan service, and then she like gets like super lucky.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that was
true.
her power, and that's why I stopped watching Fire Force because I'm like, bro, this is just ruining the moment. Like what? Like what are we
Well, I
doing?
mean, I feel like they already set the precedent. This guy has been naked for the first two episodes, the
Yeah, yeah,
entire
that too.
episode.
That's too. He's been fully naked. Like he's always naked, and it's like, I mean, I guess it makes sense because he gets his whole body torn apart, and then he regenerates, and he can't regenerate clothes. So it's like, there's that, but I don't know. It's not as weird because it's like censored. You know what I'm saying? Like you just get used to it. Like at this,
Yeah, he's kind
yeah,
of like a
it's like
titan.
yeah, it's just what he is. Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
that's
it
also
is.
kind of like all right. He's like all right, and then second episode starts.
Yeah, I was gonna say they.
He's still trying to like get her to have sex with him, and then she's like, if you force me to do it, it won't work because it has to be I have to like you in order for it to actually cause unluck or for it to be good. And he was like, all right, well, if that's the case, then I'll just have to make you like me. And then she was like, as if I'll never like you. And then they're like, all right, well, let's go back to my base because I have to go get some stuff
He
because
said
these
he
dudes
has
are
a
gonna come
bunch of
after us.
armories.
Yeah, around the world, just anywhere, just in case. And so they go to his armory, and he's like getting her a whole bunch of gear, and she's like, "What's all this stuff?" He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna need this because these people that are coming after us, they're not gonna hold back, and they have like crazy powers too. So you're gonna need as much protection as possible." And then they're just in their motorcycle. I don't know where they're going. Weren't they trying to go find him, or where was he going? I don't. Oh, he was trying.
They were
I don't
just
know where he was
running.
going.
They don't think
Yeah,
they
they were
had a
just running away.
destination.
And then the sky started cracking
Giant
open.
crack in the sky like
Yeah,
bleach.
and he was like, "That's how they traveled in the Gators, and they're here." And then two people showed up. Both of them were pretty cool. The guy in the suit was
Yeah,
cool.
they're cool.
And the other guy's pretty cool too with the blue hair. Um, they come down, they're fighting, and then somehow she didn't die. She just got fucking thrown out of a moving motorcycle, and
Did
she's
she
like
get
perfectly
thrown
fine.
out? Where? How did she get out that motorcycle? I
Yeah, he
didn't think
just
about
they
that.
came down and just smashed it, and then she just started rolling,
Oh,
and she was just okay. I mean, I guess she did have all that gear on, but come on
yeah,
now,
that was
let's
weird.
be real.
I don't know.
No damage, no damage at all. And then they're like, all right, we're gonna kill you, and then we're gonna take him in. Basically, same thing I said. He was like, yeah, we gotta just kill you because you're a liability. We don't know, like your power is too unpredictable for what it is. And then the robot dude was like, just kill her, and the other guy was like talking to her, trying to like understand who she is and tell her about the negator and a bunch of other stuff. And he was like, wait, why are you talking to her? Like, just kill her. And then she was like, I can't move. Like he's using his power. I can't move. I can move. And he was like, that's not the case because you can move your arms. Blah blah blah. They're
And
fighting.
then
The fight was really good though. He was just breaking his hand on his helmet like repeatedly, and he didn't care. Like he kept punching him in the face
yeah, that's
and
his
just
fighting
breaking his
style.
hands.
He just dies until he figures it out.
Yeah.
Because the
And
robot.
so
I'm trying to make sure I got this right because I was a little confused a little bit. So the
oh,
robot,
what the robot's power
when he
is?
takes the stance, he
You can't
pauses
move.
their
Yeah, they
muscular
can't move.
movement or
Cause his
whatever
is
it
like
is.
unavoidable. That's his name.
Yeah.
Unavoidable. So like whenever he gets into a stance, you can't move and he gets a free hit off you. Which is like crazy. Like he could kill anybody.
So yeah, and then the other guy is just like affects your
We don't know
brain or
his power yet,
something.
but I'm
His
pretty
sight.
sure if he looks at you, cause she was like, I need you to turn around so I can do this, cause she didn't want to get undressed in front of him, and he was like, if I turn around, then you'll be able to move. But neither one of them picked up on him saying that, which was like kind of weird. And he also has one eye closed all the time. I don't know if you noticed that. Like he's always
I didn't notice
winking.
that.
Yeah. So it's definitely something with like his eyesight that allows him to like stop you from moving or predict your
Wait, and the
movements and
anime
stuff.
didn't have this. I thought at first that he put the dynamite, but apparently it was just like construction.
It was just a
Like,
demolition site, yeah.
yeah, I didn't know
They
that.
didn't show anybody. That's what I assume though, because like that's how they destroy buildings. They just blow them up.
I didn't know that at
But that's
all.
I guess that's the unluck. I don't know.
I don't think that was unluck. I think that just happened to happen.
Oh,
'Cause
she didn't touch him?
I don't remember her touching him before this.
Oh, she did touch him though for the when the
For
semi
this,
truck blew up.
yeah.
Yeah, earlier, but not after that. Yeah.
So he figures it out, and then it was something about what
He
was
shot
it?
his finger
But like,
in
why
his
could
head.
he do that and not move other times?
Oh, because it only stops like his muscles from moving, but not like his regeneration.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then his body parts that are like left, or they last for 30 seconds before they disappear.
Okay, okay. So he just shot it, killed the robot, and then, oh yeah,
I
at
wonder
that
what that
point
guy
they
looks
were.
like inside.
I wonder that too. Or what if he's just a robot? I don't know. You think he was a mech? I thought he was just a robot. You think he was
No,
like
I think he's a real person. It was
like a
it
Gundam?
was blood. It was blood coming out.
Oh, okay.
But I think he's like not strong, so that's why he's in that mech suit. Like he can't, you know.
Possibly. I mean, with that power, you don't really need to be that strong.
I mean, just because somebody can't avoid your attack, you can be weak as hell and you can punch somebody and it does no damage.
You can use a sword, a gun, anything.
Yeah, he could use a sword or gun, but I think a mech suit is better though.
Unless he's
Like I
like
can get up
Mechamaru, he
close.
just has like a bad body.
Yeah, or that. But he's dead now, and now there's a available spot on their team. And he was like, "Well, one of you guys can join, but the other one has to go." And then he was like, "You know what?
Yeah, he was like, "Why are
How
you still
about
fighting,
this?
man? Like you got a spot."
Yeah." But he wants to die, so
See,
he
I
was like,
think this
"And
dude's power has something to do with just like the mind or something.
you don't think he's just? I think he's just good at fighting.
I see
But
this.
you see how his eyes blinking?
Yeah, I
his
see the
eyes
blinking. Because at the end he said it has something to do with like your deep
He's
psyche
parrying all
or
his
something
attack
like
and
that.
stuff. And he also was like, you hesitated to kill me, even though you killed so many people. You still
Yeah.
hesitate." But he can also make him not move too.
I don't know. But then he also was wearing pants. He's not really wearing pants in the anime.
He did have pants on.
He did?
It was just like open slits on the side, so you could see skin.
Okay. Okay. I definitely didn't remember him looking like he had pants on in the anime. What do you say? My power works on your deep psyche. It's no use trying to resist. So I don't know. We'll probably see more of him. I was surprised that he agreed to help them, and then because he was like he gave them like an entire like plan and location to like get
Yeah,
the
where
drop
there are
on
other
one of them.
guys. Yeah, and he was like, if you can kill him, then you two can join.
Which is also
Innocent
funny.
Russia
It shows they don't really have any like loyalty.
to
Or
each
at least
other.
this
Yeah,
guy doesn't have any loyalty.
yeah. He was surprised that the other dude died though. He's like, "What? You killed him?
Yeah.
Dang."
And then she tried to have sex with him. He was like, nah. Well, that's not necessary. Really, the other guy was like, that's not necessary. and then
Yeah,
and then later on, he was like, don't do that again.
yeah. And she was like, he was like, "Why are you like joking like that?" She was like, "What? I wasn't joking. I was serious."
Deviant.
She's just down bad, bruh.
Hey, she's never touched anyone
She's never touched
for her
anyone,
entire
so, yeah.
life.
For her entire, yeah. So I guess I can understand it a little bit.
Physically deprived for her entire life. She's an incel.
Yeah, literally.
She's
She's
just
an
an she's an
incel.
incel.
Yeah,
Messed up.
stuff.
And then he said he's gonna have a crew too. Some
Yeah,
old.
he was like, my old war buddies are gonna like hide us just in case anybody tries to come get us before the day.
He's got a lot of stuff. He said he's got a yacht. They're gonna hop on a jet. I was
I mean,
interested
he's
to
been
see
alive for
like
so long. 1865. That's probably how long he's been alive.
that's crazy.
You see that on this 1865.
Oh yeah, it does say that. Damn.
So that's probably how long he's been around.
Oh, they got all that. I guess I was interested to know like what the world looked like, but it seemed like it's kind of normal.
Yeah, I think it's just modern day, or a little bit more modern. Like they got more advanced technology, but basically, present day.
Yeah. Oh,
I
there's a
find it funny
background.
though that they oh, that's him. You see, like
Yeah,
he's a real person. So he is still big though. He
yeah,
looks
he's
pretty
really
swole.
big. Yeah.
Yeah, the mech suit is actually just on his body. Oh, former world heavyweight boxing champion. Damn. So he was nah. So that's low key. That's unfair though. That's unfair. He's literally getting in a boxing ring, knocking dudes out because they can't do anything. They literally can't move. Like they can't move, bruh. And he's just knocking dudes out. That's crazy.
He specialized
That's
in
like
one hit KOs.
that's like if Flash tried to do a fucking do track. Like of course he's gonna win, bruh. He got the most unfair advantage ever.
Wait. It said he didn't have his power for his career. It says, while defending his third title when he was down on points, it seemed the judge would hand his opponent the win. His ability manifested. The right uppercut landed on his defenseless opponent, shattered his skull, killing him. And then he was forced to leave boxing.
Oh, okay. So he was like that.
Yeah.
But then he got his loss, and then something inside of me, something snapped, and then he just got his power.
By the time the
So
union...
that's interesting. So that means you can just develop a power anytime.
Yeah, that's it.
For whatever
That's
reason.
interesting. It said he fell into alcoholism, then the union found him, and then his life was worth living again. He did feel very like patriotic or like very serious about his job compared to the other guy.
The other guy, yeah.
Like he was really into it. Like he was one of those characters, like a stickler for the rules and stuff like that. That's interesting.
These are always nice. They should show these on like commercial breaks. They probably do, but since I watch it on Hulu, I get real commercials. But I bet if you watch it on like other platforms where there's no commercials. No, but you know how like most animes, if you watch it and there's not like a service that holds commercials, they show like stuff like in between.
Yeah.
They might have. I don't know, but that would have been like cool to know. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And then his armor is like he doesn't fit it. It says he doesn't. His legs and his arms don't reach the tips. So it's like
That's
Hulkbuster suit
interesting.
kind of deal. That's pretty cool.
That's it.
What was the snippet on the last chapter at the end?
Let me see. What's this? Safety of the person inside. Oh, I think it was just saying that no one was in that truck that came.
Oh,
It was just, it was just saying no one was in the truck. She didn't kill anyone technically. And then the first chapter. Let's see if there's anything in here. Jesus. Nah, nothing much. Just thank you for Volume 1. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I like it. I would probably watch this if I had found out about it without the podcast. Just gotta think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really mind that he's naked necessarily because
Yeah, I don't mind the nakedness. It's just the rapey vibes. It's just like, all right, bro.
yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of non-consensual things in the first episode.
Yeah. But if it gets less and less, then I'll keep watching. It seems like it's gonna get less and less. I kind of felt the same way about what's the name of that Meliodas on
What's that? Seven Deadly Frames.
Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah.
Seven Deadly Frames.
I stopped watching that because I'm like, bro, this dude is creepy as, like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is just, I don't know, man. It's just weird. But then I also found out that that's actually his, like, wife. She just doesn't have her memory. So, like, that's why he creeps on her like that, because they're actually in love. But every time she remembers that they were in love, she loses her memory again. So he has to always remind her and, like, figure out a way to get her to remember, like, you're my wife, I'm your husband, like, we're in love. So that's why he's super, like, touchy with her, because, like, that's his wife. But at the same time, it's like she doesn't remember that. So it's like, it doesn't make it, it's still weird, but it's less weird, but it's still weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so, but even with the explanation, it's still weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at least we know she's 18.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I was about to say that. I was like, they put emphasis on, like, she's 18, she's of age. So